Ladies and gentlemen, it is an honor for me to be here, and it is an even greater honor to receive this prestigious award. This is not something I thought would ever happen for me. It's difficult to dream if you come from where I come from. I come from a very small, remote village in Uganda, and in a very large family. To date, I'm not very sure how many children my father has. And the last time I counted, we were about 33, but I'm sure we're more than that. And growing up in a large family, we used to have just one meal a day, which was usually just vegetables, the same vegetables every day. And I thought that was normal. Until one day I watched a movie somewhere in the trading center and children were being forced to eat their vegetables. And I was wondering, how come we eat vegetables every day and children are being forced to eat vegetables? But lucky for me, I did not get stunted, clearly. And by the time I was 7 years old, I was severely malnourished, and I used to lose consciousness and faint at least once every day. And I was suspected to be epileptic. However, when my mother finally gathered the resources to take me to a doctor, I was told that I was just lacking water and I needed to diversify my diet, both of which we could not afford at the time because everything had to be rationed. We were a large family. And that went on until I was around 14 years old, and I got lucky to get into boarding school. Then I would have 3 meals a day. It was on a scholarship. Then I was able to see that the normal life is for someone to have 3 meals a day, change a diet, excuse me, here and there. So from that time, I have dedicated my skill and passion to ensuring there is impact with the work that I do. So working for well-structured and well-run programs that Action Against Hunger does is quite a pleasure. And standing here many, many years later, receiving such a prestigious award for myself and also on behalf of the team in Uganda means the world to me. In Uganda, we thrive to see that every child is well nourished, every person is well nourished, and that's what we stand for as Action Against Hunger, globally really. We believe, as Charles already mentioned, ending hunger is very possible. And it is a mission that we work to see, and we know with collective effort this can be achieved. However, it is a very big goal for countries like Uganda that are traditionally poor and low-income countries. Everything is basically working against your survival in countries like ours, and especially when we open our borders to 1.5 million refugees from surrounding countries that are in conflict. Every single day, even today, as we're sitting here, Uganda is receiving thousands of refugees like Achiro Nancy, who've walked thousands of miles on an empty stomach with nothing except for hunger. So they come into Uganda and they are resettled on a very small piece of land. And for many of them, these are young children, young mothers, young women. 82% of them are women and children. 40-something% of them are youth, meaning they're literally very young people. And they come in with nothing. So there's so many actors that will try to contribute and change their lives with the different aspects. Nancy in particular walked to Uganda as a 17-year-old, and when she came in as a refugee, she got pregnant and gave birth to Moses, who was just about 3.3 pounds by the time she gave birth to him. And she had suffered with a history of miscarriages, and she was worried Moses would not survive as well. Lucky for her, we were able to reach her with our nutrition programs. We taught her how to do farming on a very small piece of land. We put Moses on a nutrition treatment program. We taught Nancy how to breastfeed, how to diversify her diet, and when the nutritional needs were met at household level, we put Nancy in a farmers group with 30 other women, so she has collective support. And together, they were able to farm a lot of food. We made sure they have access to land and the other productive assets like seeds. We made sure they have training. And out of an investment of just $10,000 in one planting season, this group of 31 women earned over $30,000 in just one planting season. And this is a story of many other refugees that we're working with in Uganda, that a small investment of $150 for a household to do a farm will earn them over $350 in just one season. So ending hunger is possible, and that's what we are working for as Action Against Hunger. So we thank you for your contribution. Thank you for making all of this possible, and thank you for being here tonight. It is such a great honor and pleasure to speak to you.